Hello Aquarius, this is Michael with the general reading for December 2019. Hello and welcome, whether you are an Aquarius sun, moon, rising, Venus, or cross-watching for someone else who is. I just want to thank all of you who have supported this channel with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. It's because of all of you I'm able to continue putting out these messages and doing this incredible work, which is an absolute gift to me. So thank you so much. I do want to make a very quick announcement. I am temporarily putting down my services. I'm going to be reinstating those later in the week, and I'm actually going to be having a 20% off discount. So if you want to get a personal reading or Reiki session, be sure to keep your eyes peeled for that. Subscribe if you haven't already done that, and also follow me on all of my social media so that way you don't miss out on any of the discounts I'm going to be doing for the holidays, as well as a giveaway I'm going to be doing, and future stuff as well. I'm doing lots of fun things, okay? So I have all of those links in the description box for my social media, as well as links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, and donations for those of you who feel so called. Now, before we actually go into the reading, I do just want to, give a brief astrological and energetic report. I totally recognize that not everyone is interested in that though, so you're more than welcome to look in the comment section down below. If someone would like to leave a timestamp that jumps straight ahead to the actual reading, I will pin that to the top and give it a nice big heart as a token of gratitude. Thank you in advance. But I really do recommend that you at least hear some of this or listen to it, because there's a lot of really intense energy that is going to be happening for the month of December. There's a lot of really big changes. So hear me out, okay? And I know that we've kind of had a pretty... 2019 has been a really intense year. There has been a lot of changes, a lot of growth, a lot of lessons, but there's also been a lot of luck. There's been a lot of big breaks and a lot of stride that has been made. And I think that is in part to Jupiter being in the sign of Sagittarius, where it was very much at home. Now, where this is kind of causing some problems for some people is that Jupiter is actually moving into Capricorn. It already did on December 2nd. And a lot of people are a bit nervous about that, because Capricorn is kind of this patriarchal, father-like energy. You really have to earn things with Capricorn energy. It's not just going to give you the puppy. You have to show that you're responsible. You have to prove that you're going to take care of the dog. So wherever you feel like there's been some restrictions and some lessons and some transformations, and it's just like you're having a hard time going forward. It's like, why is this taking so much effort? Don't panic, because Jupiter is moving into Capricorn. The reason why is because Saturn and Pluto have also been hanging out in Capricorn, and for the past year they have been giving us a lot of trouble. They have been testing us. They have been making us transform and taking a lot from us. And it's like you'll be putting in all this energy and all this effort into whatever area of your life it applies to. For you, this is actually your 12th house, Aquarius, so it's your subconscious, your spirituality. 12th house stuff isn't exactly fun. So you've been making a lot of efforts there, and it's really hard to see there. But with Jupiter moving into Capricorn, that is actually a really good break. There is a good opportunity there. It's not all bad. Even though Jupiter might be a little bit weighed down, especially compared to the free-flowing energy it was having in the sign of Sagittarius, it is going to be a nice break, and there is going to be the potential for growth. And true, when it's conjunct with Jupiter, or conjunct with Saturn and Pluto, there might be some more restrictions there. It might feel like we have this awful luck or something. I don't want you to freak out though. It's just kind of the movement of the energy, and I do feel like overall Jupiter being in Capricorn doesn't need to be a bad thing, especially for this month. We actually do have an eclipse in the 4th degree of Capricorn. So wherever that 4th degree is in your personal natal chart, a lot of the things I'm talking about, it actually is really helpful to know your chart. I have provided a link in the description box down below, the natal chart calculator that can draw up your chart, and you can kind of get a better sense of what I'm talking about here. But with the 4th degree of Capricorn, with the eclipse being there, whether that's going to be in some house for you or you actually have planets there, that's going to give you a really good sense of what area of your life is going to be impacted. For a lot of you, if you're an Aquarius rising, it could actually be your 11th house, but Capricorn energy is your 12th house. So I'm going to kind of primarily be talking about 12th house things. And I'm going to be honest with you, Aquarius. Before these cycles with the Capricorn Cancer eclipses that we're now in, we were in the Leo and Aquarius eclipses, which also were affecting you very profoundly. But as a Virgo, I was getting those 12th house eclipses in the sign of Leo, and I'm going to be very honest with you, it was not a fun time. I felt like I was going crazy. So if you feel like you are going crazy, if you feel like you are just being, forged with fire, I promise it's leading you somewhere. Because all of those hardships actually led me to this work that I'm doing right now. If I had not gone through all of those trials, if I had not lost so many things, I wouldn't have ended up here. So really have faith. The 12th house is all about having faith through dark times, and it can be a really intense energy, I'm not gonna lie to you. And to have an eclipse there is pretty, it's heavy stuff. But we do also have Jupiter conjunct this eclipse. It is going to be 1 degree away, and this influence is really going to allow us to manifest, especially since solar eclipses are accompanied with that new moon energy, which is the perfect time to set intentions to manifest. So really work with the law of attraction, work with this lunar cycle, even if you don't ordinarily. If that's the one takeaway you're getting from this video so far, really set your intentions on the 26th and get very clear with that, how you want to feel, especially for you. It's going to be a lot about feeling. But I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like there is gonna be some losses and some endings for some of you. Don't panic, I don't want you to freak out, but it's good to know. It's good to be armed with this knowledge and to kind of understand what is going on astrologically if you feel like it's just you're being rained down on from all directions. There's a lot of spiritual growth you're going through. You're going through a spiritual awakening, and it's very, very beautiful. You're actually very intuitive during this time. Your intuition might be exploding around the 26th. You might be full-blown psychic if you don't feel like you're psychic, although I believe everyone is psychic to a degree. So I feel like even though this energy may seem a little harsh and a little hard and even restrictive, Aquarius energy is all about breaking free from that. And it's really important that you don't lose yourself. But you are being pushed through your shadow. You are being dragged through your 12th house. It's not fun. It doesn't feel like you. But there are so many beautiful lessons when you allow yourself and you surrender to this energy. I feel like I could go on. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's really important. We do have the lunar eclipse on January 10th, so that's going to be next month's video. But it's especially around those lunar eclipses when we really see endings. Solar eclipses actually tend to be about beginnings, seeing things, or manifestation. So I don't want you to freak out because there's a solar eclipse, but just be aware they are often accompanied by some change, which can be very uncomfortable, especially for you, Aquarius. I don't want to freak you out, but I want to give you the heads up, okay? So we're going to start pulling some cards for you. I'm really curious to see what is coming up. If you would like to take a look at the astrology blog, I actually have a list of the dates for all the aspects and transits for the month, so you can take a peek through that. I actually like to refer back to that throughout the month just to be like, why is today weird? So it's helpful for me. I hope it's helpful for you too. So what are the messages for Aquarius coming into the month of December? We're looking at November here. And as I'm shuffling, I just want to give my friendly reminder that this is a general reading, meaning not all the messages that come through are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what applies to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. The energy may also be coming in the reverse. If there's energy around you, it could actually be your own energy. So another person might be you, and your energy could actually apply to the people in your life. Even if it doesn't seem like it's resonating right away, you might be watching this reading because there's something here you're supposed to share with somebody else. This is especially true if you are cross-watching. You may very well be this other energy that's coming into play here. So just kind of keep that in mind. If this video just does not resonate or you would like greater clarity, you're more than welcome to take a look at the other monthly readings or the other readings for the month of December for your moon, rising, and Venus signs. If you don't know what those are, again, there is the natal chart calculator I have left in the description box down below. There is a link there that should be able to help you figure out your other placements. I do also have love and relationship readings. I have a series called Heart of the Matter. It's all one playlist because those are actually timeless messages. So you're welcome to look at the most recent messages for your signs, or you can actually look through previous months and see if anything else pops out at you there. So we actually just had a bunch of cards fall out, which is perfect timing. So let's take a look here. We have the Page of Cups and the Nine of Wands and the Four of Wands all coming out together. The Nine of Wands and the Page of Cups are showing up in the reverse. We do have a Tower moment here. We do have the Tower card. And we also have the Well, which is a unique card to the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck. So if you've never heard of this, don't be like, what card is this? It's a unique card. Interesting. What's really weird with this Four of Wands is like, this is usually an achievement. This is usually a celebration. It's not feeling like that though. And we're looking back on the month of November, perhaps even earlier for some of you, because this is a general reading. The time is going to be a little fluid. This is just kind of what you've been going through. And there was this celebration. There was this achievement. You might have advanced in your life in some way. But I almost feel like it feels lonely. It feels like you wanted to celebrate this with somebody else. There was something really good that happened, or you really set a new foundation for yourself, and it's like you don't have anyone to share it with. And some of you are just feeling really exhausted. This was not easily earned, this Four of Wands. With this Nine of Wands in reverse, there's almost this sense of defeat or just being so exhausted. You had to put so much energy here. And with the Tower card, something had to end. And it feels like something had to end for this achievement. And it's like the thing you lost, it doesn't feel equivalent to you, or it didn't feel equivalent to you. Could be very well involving an Aries or a Scorpio with this Mars energy represented by the Tower. And it's like, even if on the surface people are seeing some sort of success or seeing you in a really positive way, you're not feeling that way. There's a lot going on inside that people don't see. And there's a lot of truth that you're discovering about yourself. Your own walls are coming down to yourself. You're seeing yourself very clearly. And with the Well, This is showing up in communication, but it's also your mind. And the way I'm interpreting this is you are going deep inside yourself. You are tapping back into yourself here. Some of you have been really creative, actually, as well. Or creativity could be really useful for navigating this energy. It's really, really interesting. I'm going to pull an animal card to kind of clarify things here and get some advice. I do just want to say, I feel like, even though we do have this scorpionic energy, this could definitely be energy from further back. This feels like a large cycle here, because there's been a lot of work that was put into something, or a lot of energy put into something, and it just doesn't feel like it was reciprocated. It's almost like, I get the visual of like, it's almost like being left at the altar. Hawk. Yeah, something changed. And I think there was some realization you had with this tower moment as well. It really allowed you to see things from a higher perspective, and also you're looking very deep right now as well with the well. There's a perspective shift that's going on here. And I feel like someone said something to you, someone dropped a truth bomb, as we like to say. And it feels shitty. Someone just did not reciprocate something, and it's like, you earned this yourself. This Four of Wands, whatever this is, this home, this job, this relationship, and you're just exhausted. And things are just, and there's still there's something crumbling for you as well. They keep saying cracks in the foundations. I don't think that's literal. For some of you, there might be a literal crack in the foundation. Maybe that's what you're finding out about. And you're losing your home. Because there is some big thing like that. But it's like you built this house on a cracked foundation. You built this life on a cracked foundation. And you only saw that recently. Wow. Is there any other animal messages? B. Yeah, working hard. You really did put a lot of energy in this. You might have stung some people because you were just so exhausted. Maybe someone said something stinging to you. There was definitely something that was said. And I think whatever it was you completed, now you're just giving yourself a chance to rest. Catch your breath. Savor some of this sweetness. You built something for yourself. It's bittersweet. It is bittersweet energy, but don't forget that sweetness. You created this honey for yourself. Maybe you meant to give it to someone else. But there's something here for you. And maybe taking some time away, even giving yourself a little vacation, if you haven't already done that. So we're now looking at the first part of December. This is probably the first half of December, but again, just stay open with the time. It's just kind of the way things are progressing. And you're all going to be going through this at your own pace. There's no wrong pace here. Let's see. What is the new energy coming into December for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me clearly. So we have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune and Queen of Swords coming out together. So with the Two of Wands in the reverse here, and you know, with this Ace of Pentacles as well, I am really feeling like you didn't just lose the past. You didn't just lose something in the present. You lost a future. And you're not really feeling sure where to go from here. You want something stable, but you don't feel like you can have it or that you can manifest it. Again, this could be someone breaking a commitment to you. Doesn't need to be romantic either. Or something not coming through, and it's like you're kind of... I think you already know. I feel like this is already revealed to you, but you see you were blindsided with that hawk energy. But the wheel is turning with the Wheel of Fortune. And this is actually really funny because this does represent Jupiter. Jupiter specifically. It is also Sagittarius energy, but the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiterian energy. And there is a new cycle coming in. You're still on the wheel here. You didn't fall off. But you're definitely guarded. This could be Sagittarius energy that you're communicating with, someone around you. There may also be another air sign with this Queen of Swords, so a Gemini, Libra, or another Aquarius. However, I really feel like for a lot of you, you're showing up as the Queen of Swords here. And this feels strong. Even though things are hard, you sense something is about to change. You might be a little thick-skinned to people around you right now. Perhaps even a little bit critical. To be honest, that can happen with this energy. I love Queen of Swords. I resonate with her a lot. She's very analytical. She gives great advice, but sometimes there's a bit of an edge to it. And this could be someone presenting some sort of opportunity to you. You might actually be turning it down. Maybe this Ace of Pentacles in reverse is you turning something else or someone else down. Because of what's happened in the past, it's like, you know, this isn't really going anywhere. You've seen this. You've seen how this isn't going to carry out in the future with this Two of Wands. And now you're kind of left coming up with a new strategy. And I feel like you can do that. I feel like you can do that, Aquarius, because you are the Queen of Swords. You're very logical. And they want to say cunning. Cunning keeps coming to mind too. That's not always a bad thing. It's almost like you're left in this situation where you're thinking on your feet. But I feel like you're able to work with this a little bit. Let's see what the animal cards have to say. What is the animal wisdom for the first half of December for Aquarius? And what I really love about these animal cards is that they can give us really practical solutions, or just energy that we should embody. The animals are very connected to the earth plane, so their advice, their guidance, their wisdom is very grounded in an earthy way, and it's very applicable to our daily lives. And we do have snake here. You are shedding something. You're growing. You know you're growing. You know this is the wheel spinning. I was telling you in the astrology report, you're going through a lot of spiritual awakenings in this cycle. And snake does represent Kundalini awakening. It does represent this life force energy arising from within you. And you really need to utilize this energy as it hits you. Don't wait to act on your inspiration. Because your energy is, I feel like, to be honest, your energy is not at full charge throughout this month, or at least it hasn't been so far. So when you're having that jolt, when you're having that spark, act on it. Okay? Let's see. I do feel like there's another animal card. Okay. We'll draw another. A lot of animals today for you, Aquarius. There we go. Moth. This has been showing up in a few of the readings, and the moth card to me almost represents the dark night of the soul. It is the transformative power of the lunar forces, of darkness, of the night. Sometimes we feel like we are isolated or alone as we're going through this transformation process, but there is this world outside of yourself. Some of you have been so stuck in, or so immersed in your transformation, you may really feel like there's no one there for you. I do feel like you are starting to come out of this cocoon. You are starting to come out of this hermit energy. But you've been burned. And you know not to be drawn to the flames again. Even if it seems tempting, even if someone's trying to offer you something really shiny, you're a little guarded to this. Because you've been burned in the past, either by this person or a similar situation. And just honestly, the timing doesn't feel right. I don't know what that means. I hope that makes sense to some of you. Whatever the situation, the timing's off. And I think you know that. There's just, this isn't the right time. Let's see. We're now looking at the second half of December and beyond, perhaps. This is kind of just where all the energy is going. This is also going to be talking a lot about the eclipse, I imagine. Tell me about the second half of December for Aquarius. Show me clearly. Wow, okay, one more message. All right. Six of Swords in the reverse, coming out with the Four of Swords. Six of Cups in the reverse, coming out with the Moon. And then finally, the Page of Wands in the reverse. Okay. So honestly, Aquarius, when I saw this combination of cards, especially with the Six of Swords in the reverse and the Six of Cups in the reverse, it's like you can't go forward and you can't go back. You feel stuck. You're almost like drifting out at sea. You don't really know what to do with it. It's kind of uncomfortable. Again, if you did not watch the astrology report, I really recommend doing that, because this feels really similar to what I was going through when I was having the eclipses in my 12th house as a Virgo last year. And I see these really strong emotions. You know, there's this really choppy water, choppy seas inside of you, and this need to heal and meditate. Things, if you find that things get delayed or slowed down or just outright canceled, you can almost look at this as the universe is trying to give you a chance to reflect and look back. Some of you want to move forward, but you can't. Some of you want to go back, but you can't. It's like this, you just don't want to be here. You don't want to be in this energy. And it's hard. I know it's hard. Could be involving a Pisces for some of you with this Moon card. Also possibly Cancer energy as well. I could sort of see that. Like, you know you can't go back, but you're having a hard time going forward. And I'm very, very drawn to this Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Oh my gosh, that is such the energy right now, because this is feeling stuck. This is a really great reminder, because when you look at this card, this woman, she's tied up. She is blindfolded. She feels totally stuck. She doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know where to go. For all she knows, she's completely trapped in her situation. What she probably doesn't see yet, what she probably doesn't realize, is she's surrounded by these swords. She actually has the ability to cut herself free. This was actually in the reverse at the bottom of the deck, which tells me you're starting to see your situation here. You're starting to see how you can get out of it. But when your mind is in this state of being stuck, we have this thing called the self-confirmation bias, where we're always looking for more information that confirms what we think we already know. And with the 12th house eclipse, you really need to be humble. You need to be open to the idea that you are not seeing something. And it can actually free you. It can help you let go. It can help you move forward, go on to the next thing. I'm not doing these tarot readings to just tell you what's happening to you. I'm doing these tarot readings to let you know what the weather is going to be like, and to kind of give you some strategies to work with this energy, okay? We do have the Page of Wands that's showing up in the reverse. Someone might be challenging you, and I feel like they're being very immature. I don't feel like it's a challenge, like they're challenging you to a fight or something like that. Maybe they are, but they're challenging you because they're testing your patience. They're testing your own peace. And it can be very easy to blame your lack of peace on another person. And I want it to be really open that maybe that's not entirely true. Yes, that person could be reflecting this back at you. They're definitely serving as a reminder of that. But I think there's something deeper. And again, Aquarius, you're really intuitive. You know there's a lot beneath the surface. You can feel it. And I don't want you to run away from that. I don't want you to shy away from that. Stay in the now. It's really all you can do, to be honest with you. Be present with your emotions. Don't try to escape. Don't try to run away. We had Neptune go direct last month, and a lot of people were relapsing, or a lot of people were going back on old behaviors. In fact, the reason why these videos are coming out so late is because I lost my routine, and I went back into some old habits. I was staying up all night and sleeping through most of the day. And when you're someone who's sensitive and intuitive, which I think most of my viewers are, we really do need to have a structure for ourselves. So with that Neptune going direct last month, I really did slip up, and I defaulted on my old ways of being that just didn't serve me. You can still break out of that. If you feel like you fell back into these old patterns or these old situations, you're not stuck, but you can't run away from it. You can't go into this escapist energy forever. I'm going to pull an animal card, and then we are definitely doing a color healing card, because this is some heavy energy, okay? We're gonna clear things out. I'm not leaving you hanging out here. I'm not leaving you drifting out at sea, okay? We're getting through this. We're getting through this. What is the animal wisdom for Aquarius for the second half of December, okay? Show me clearly. Give us a good one. So we have Dragonfly and Lizard. I love this Dragonfly card. It actually really does remind me of this Eight of Swords. And it really does speak a lot about what we've been talking about. Because when it's out of balance, which honestly Dragonfly energy is very easily thrown off kilter because it's very sensitive and delicate, it's constantly changing directions. It's constantly looking for something else. It's like, maybe if I go over here, maybe if I go over here. And there are times where changing direction is what you need to do. And some of you definitely do need to do that. I'm not going to lie to you. But it's different than this moth energy of just being drawn to something shiny, being drawn to the flames, the warmth that's actually going to burn you later. You really need to be present in this energy. Dragonfly is very often associated with water because it's found by rivers, lakes, and ponds. And you can really think of this reflective surface as the state of your own mind. Is your mind clear? Is it choppy? Is it broken? Is it rippling? Get your mind still before you make your next move. Don't just try and pull out of this. I don't think you can, to be honest with you. I think the universe is really trying to get you to breathe. Be present, okay? That's how you work with this energy. You breathe, you slow down, you meditate. Do Vipassana. Anapana, breathing. Just observe the breath. When you're feeling anxious, when you feel like your mind is just scattered and all over the place, and you're overwhelmed because you're seeing things from so many different angles with these compound eyes, you are picking up on a lot of information. You're not wrong. It's not inaccurate, but the state of your mind needs to be more composed, okay? Kind of ease yourself back down. Lizard is a really good energy for this as well, because Lizard, even though it's kind of cold-blooded and it might not seem very emotional, Lizard is an observer. It's about observing your awareness, observing your mind and your surroundings, and kind of from a detached sort of way. And I don't mean this as to like, don't feel. You have to feel. I literally want you to observe your body. What does this panic feel like in your body? What does this despair feel like in your body? What does happiness feel like in your body? Really ground that. Body activation is one of the most powerful ways of healing emotional trauma. That's why things like creative arts therapy work, where traditional therapy doesn't. We even have research that shows if we dwell on the content of what happened, we actually make ourselves more anxious. It's been proven. We make ourselves more depressed. We need to actually engage the body to move through this energy and observe the body. Instead of trying to be all out here, sink into this a little. I know it's really uncomfortable, Aquarius, but you will be so happy that you did down the road. I promise. You don't want to come back into this state. Move through it, okay? Don't hold this in. Okay, let's pull a color healing card now. I'm sorry, I know this is so heavy. I know people need to hear this message though, so I'm being honest with all of you, and I'm trying to be as helpful as possible. So don't get mad, okay? I'm not your enemy here, and I think you know that. What is the color healing card for Aquarius? What is the healing energy for Aquarius? And you are welcome to use these colors in whatever way your intuition feels compelled to do. I've actually been kind of doing an art therapy journal where I've been using these colors to create a picture and then writing affirmations for myself based off of the cards. But they do offer a guided visualization in the book as well. So you can either do what I offer from the book or create some process for yourself. Watermelon, have fun with your inner child. Yeah, there's a lot of inner child work I think you're going to be doing here, Aquarius. And even if you can't go back to what was, that innocent, childlike, pure sense of self is always available to you. And that's not found in the external anyway. So watermelon is a color of softness, gentleness, and compassion that encourages affection, self-acceptance, and kindness. Its spirit of fun and easy access to your inner child assists people who suffer from low self-esteem, loneliness, and sadness. Watermelon also encourages generosity, healing, and understanding. Allow watermelon rays to awaken your joyous, playful nature. It's time to nourish and nurture your inner child. What exciting things can you do today that will make you laugh and enjoy yourself? Your inner child needs to have fun and play to feel healthy. Close your eyes and visualize yourself as a small child. The child may say, I want to go out and throw a ball in the park. They may say they want to play a game, eat ice cream, or buy a toy. Listen and follow. Before you go to sleep, visualize this child surrounded in a soft watermelon color as it rests peacefully. Say, Divine Intelligence, please assist me to connect with my fun, easygoing, enthusiastic nature so that I can spread joy and laughter wherever I go. And I really feel like that's kind of the thing with the 12th house. If you can find happiness and joy when you are dealing with 12th house stuff, you've mastered it. You have become this master of the law of attraction. If you can shift your focus, if you can still find joy, then you have found true inner peace. So use this color also to heal your heart chakra too, with these pink and green tones. This is a major heart chakra card. So heal the heart chakra, even using these watermelon colors around the center. If you do any sort of energy work, anyone is actually capable of doing energy work. So feel free to kind of experiment with that. And you know, the inner child and the higher self are one and the same. So really connect to that. Really connect to your soul. Connect to that enthusiasm you have for life, because I think you were trying to live a life that wasn't even really going to serve you anyway. And I think doing this is also going to help you move forward. I don't have any more messages for you right now, Aquarius. I do hope that this reading was helpful. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below what's going on. Maybe you guys can help each other out and strategize some things here. Let me know if the color healing card was helpful for you, if you like the animal cards. I actually really like to call in these animals when I'm feeling lonely myself, and I know that's something a lot of you are dealing with. So you can call in the animal energy when you're feeling lonely and like you need some sort of assistance from spirit. I do have links in the description box down below for Reiki sessions and personal readings. Reiki might actually be really helpful for you if you're really feeling this heavy energy. It can help move through as well. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. I am sending you lots of healing, and I am wishing you the best of luck. Take care, Aquarius.